10 days. Alright. Warmed up with some clothes first. Just to troll people. Oh. Too much recoil. Why is this one recoil? Doesn't do shit for damage. This build is weird. That's my baseline. That's my comparative. So why do I do more damage to the hand than I do to the stomach with the Chimera? That makes no sense. Little thing, but it's annoying. It's like, why? Why would you set it up that way? All right, run it. All right. Oh.
Oh.
Rest time's over. Now you deploy to the war zone. Incoming.
All right.
Battle Royale. Exploit the contract. Reroute those tax payments. Tax contract complete. Good work, soldier. Hack any contract you find and divert those payments. Gas is closing in. Contract time is expiring. Activate those exploits.
Motherfucker. Why?
Friendly loadout drops on the way. Locate available contracts to hack. Get moving.
Nope. Okay.
Hack contract. It's a goner.
Air trash too.
God damn it, dude. Being shot at by two different people. Good shot on his part.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, are you the guy that just tried to call me trash?
Dude, I ain't never met you.
War is for the The enemy took action, but we'll get them back. Gas is closing in. Relocating safe zone.
Hey, sorry, I just missed your call. What's up? Yeah, what's happening? What about me? Uh huh. I don't see a reason as to why not to. Yeah, it's limited. As Brandon always said, data never.
Cancelar, no puedo cancelar.
Yo.
Sounds good to me. And then, in tandem to that, what I'm going to be doing to verify loads, because we're having a massive, so like, and this is a long-standing problem, but I think that it's something that will generally, when we're talking about organizational structure, right, what we're going to want in the long term is having managers on site, i.e. Team leads or what have you, right, that Brandon and eventually Anthony, I think Anthony's got the stuff. I think he's got the stuff. I think he's just new and he doesn't really know what he's doing, like that.
All stations, green light. We're deploying to
Agreed. You're breaking up really bad.
Battle Royale.
Yeah, and the only way to do that is in a structured format.
Get to the base.
Well, it wasn't Phoenix. Remember, it was out in Mesa, Santan, Gilbert area. About a dozen, give or take. We targeted 3 different brand new housing developments. So if we get anything from Southeast Mesa, that'll be the quadrant that we hit up. Like right there on the border of Santan. So it's out there for sure. It's going to be long days, but they're big homes. They're brand spanking new, and yeah, we plastered 3 different neighborhoods with them. So I also went out and I reached out to Taylor Morrison. I went into to their field office there, and I introduced myself. I dropped off, I think, about a half dozen to a dozen cards, something in that threshold, whatever I had in my wallet at the time, and I tossed that over to the sales agent. So we may see some direct leads from that as well. I am now. I can hear you again.
Objective is to eliminate all targets.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have a history with Taylor Morrison. So
The contracts out there have
I worked as one of their contractors for quite some time.
cash out.
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, I'm going to try and find the corporate office for Taylor Morrison's number, because they are, like, don't get me wrong, they're not making the fucking next generation houses or anything like that, right? They're making houses that are available, that are affordable, and that are everywhere. They're mass production. That's their goal. With that in mind, that's a fantastic opportunity for us, and I think it needs to be excised. So, we'll have to check it out.
Alright, sorry, Michael.
GG.
They're ready to fight.
Hold you. Shitter. Get out of my lobby.
Yeah, agreed. Developing and fostering partnerships. No. That's not a bad idea either.
Fight for your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Indeed. I think we should definitely explore that opportunity a little bit more thoroughly. Yeah, indeed. I do think in some sense too we are sleeping on the cleaning aspect of the cleaning segment as well. I don't think it should be a priority, but I do think we are sleeping on it a little bit.
Contract you find and divert those payments.
Because it's basically just an infinite cash opportunity that costs very little input. Not a huge cost to make sure that people are squared away in that regard. Now, granted, it is an additional management strain, but that's not as big a deal. Well, and honestly, that can help too, especially because we're providing the clients. So even if the amount is less than like what it would normally be if we ran it, exactly. It's the same thing that you're talking about with regards to taking that we have and trading them across the lines. Same thing.
All available contracts are hacked.
Except we're getting paid for that one.
Export the data from their target station mode. Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
It is. Well, long distance not originating in Arizona is the bigger part.
Looks like this intel reveals the location of the next gas spring. Get it to the designated uplink station for decryption. Speak to feed.
Okay. Agreed.
Road secure. Future gas spread coordinates are marked on the attack map.
Throwing shock stick.
Agreed.
Enemy UAV.
Yeah, and in all fairness, me and Brandon have done it too. Granted, after fucking ridiculously long days, but that's still no excuse. Yeah.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Okay. Yeah. Indeed. Indeed.
LTTR inbound. Gas is close. Defeat Sony and mindset.
Indeed.
Take it off and keep pushing.
Agreed. No, agreed. 100% agreed. Yeah, no, absolutely. Out of 10 agree. Agreed. Genuinely. And again, I do see possibility for Anthony as well, but we have to train him properly. We have to, like, okay, so well, and the issue that I'm having is I can go out on all of these jobs and, like, okay, so for example, with I think it was the Jan's job, the one from Porch initially. So I explicitly told Justin and Anthony not to rotate an entertainment stand, and Justin decided to override that. Where I think an issue is that, and this is something that we can address in the meeting to be sure, but if you or I say something, I'm now not to suggest that I am over you or we're even equals per se. Well, more so the way that I see it, more so the way that I see it is that I am your mouth. So if there is a concern, if there is a workplace hazard, like I was telling Brandon last night about pool tables, The slate boards are always an occupational hazard and they should be handled accordingly, etc. Like if there's anything that I make note of, it should be listened to, adhered to, and acted on as though it comes from your own mouth. Now, there are certain circumstances where we allow the guys to just operate on their own volition. For example, loading boxes. We expect them to know how to do that. But if for whatever reason you were on job and you said, no, let's put that there so that we can get this this stack taller, then do it. There shouldn't be a question. There shouldn't be any snarky remarks. Just do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the clients are not our bosses. We tell them what needs to be done and how it gets done, and then we execute. Yes, and unfortunately for them, they received very bad intel in regards to their space and how much stuff they had in it associated to how many pods they'd need. That wasn't a pod move. That's a multi truck move, but we don't have storage, so. Yeah. No, agreed. Yeah, and that's just and for us, what's nice is that's just a quick text. Hey, I'm releasing liability or what have you. We just need to get it documented somehow. So, yep. I'm gonna be printing out liability forms like that so that we can keep in the truck in the event of um, going forward. Yep. If you're able to, you can check Facebook, and those are some of the pictures that we took from the EFG job. Yeah. No, absolutely. But again, that's that. And I was talking to Brandon about this last night. That's one of the issues that I see with regards to, like, I don't know what to do with him. I don't know what to do with them. Like with Carl, we kind of know what we're getting. He's an alcoholic. You throw alcohol in front of him, and he's fucking done. He's gonna do it. It's a problem. Yeah. 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 No, I like that a lot better. And even yeah. Yep. I would advise based on and this is going to take some active effort on your part for a little while, but I would advise trying to maintain a more neutral tone with with the actual organization of your words, and then from there, that's it. Like that's all. Because from some of them, and this is one of the little brush ups that we ran into with Chandra. It's not what you're saying, it's how the words are actually organized, because text is a bitch and a half to try and communicate through, because it's almost always guaranteed that the opposite party, especially when there's problem, is going to perceive something negatively, so trying to neutralize that as best as possible is always key. Anytime there's an issue, which I'm sure you're familiar with in terms of office settings, but in many of your positions, it doesn't really fucking matter how you're talking, per se. You're the law, so to speak, right? there's very few people that have ever been above you in terms of, well, it's a smaller list of who's above you than who's below you in many of your corporate jobs, if that makes sense. Or at least so far as it's perceived for me. Precisely. No, agreed. Agreed. Yep. No, I agree. Well, and that's one of the key things that we're gonna nail at home when I think what we do here is we take, and it's going to be a slight, it's going to cost us some gas to do this, but I think it'll be a fantastic training exercise, right? I think we grab some scrap boxes, what have you. We go to a thrift store and buy a bunch of delicate glass items, and we have the guys pack them and get them in one place with a variety of maybe some heavier stuff. I don't know, but we get the truck packed in such a way that we have these practice items, and we try to verify that they get there in one piece. Because I think that in one hand, it's easy to acknowledge, okay, this is a delicate item. But on the other hand, it's hard to figure out where to put that delicate item. Especially when you have a bunch of mismatched weights, item types, etc. When Brandon and I packed that pod, for example, we surrounded all of Jan's China with heavy items that are not going to move. And then we further reinforce those heavy items with a large bookshelf and then put additional heavy items in front of that so that there is no conceivable way under any possibility that those items are going to be jostled in any way, shape, or form. Because as we all know, China is nearly irreplaceable. Cannot get those same pieces. It's never going to happen. The older the older they are, the more impossible it is to get them. That would be a good idea as well. Nope. Yeah. Well, and that's what I was kind of showing Brandon too the other day is like as we're going, I'm touching base with the time clock just to see how we're progressing, and it takes 5 seconds. So it's if there are areas where we can speed up because say we're slowing like on the Anthony job, for example, I got into my head a little bit because the job was substantially larger than I quoted for, and it promoted a little bit of internal stress trying to figure out how I'm going to navigate that river with the customer. Brandon snapped me out of it and was like, dude, you're going way too fucking slow with that Allen wrench, like let's go. And it's little things like that that may prompt longer than desired timeline. So if that happens, I'm fortunate to have had Brandon there with me because you've seen it before where I'm just slow as a fucking snail on certain jobs because I'm either stressed out or I'm just exhausted, whatever it may be. But having that little pep in your step is great, but that's where we keep an eye on the clock. If we're taking too long, there's an underlying reason for it. We need to figure it out and then speed things up accordingly. Yeah. 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 And I wasn't far off either. That's the nice part is once that's one of the things I was telling Brandon as well. And this is something that we'll have to work together. You and I, excuse me, figure out something just to make it possible. Because obviously gas is the only real major component there. But I wouldn't mind as long as I can get like 25, 30 bucks for gas just to make the trip because it's basically a full tank just to get down and back. Um, if if you want me to start doing regular weekly site surveys and start busting those out, I can do that. We just got to make sure that there's gas in the tank accommodating. So on a dead day, I can go down and do some site surveys. I think so. I would say 2 bedroom. I would say 2 bedroom or greater, depending on if it's a 2 bedroom house or a 2 bedroom apartment. If it's an apartment, no worries. 2 bedroom houses, yes. Substantially more furniture, of course. Potentially. But people, for whatever I think that kind of goes against our demographic a little bit because if you look at our demos, what you see generally speaking is much more older clients, not as many younger clients. So I do think that brushes against our demographic a slight bit in terms of their familiarity with technology. Maybe as the years go by, maybe that'll change a bit. Like as our demographic shifts more so towards your age, with folks that have kids that have already flown the roost and stuff, that'll change a bit. But I think we're still 5 years or so behind that. Maybe a little less than that, but I'm gonna be kind of liberal and say probably about 5 years. Just gotta wait for these folks that are in their 80s and 90s to, unfortunately, but necessarily start passing on because that's the bulk of our demographics currently. All right, sounds good. Good luck up there in Vegas. We'll touch base here around the 1st for the meeting or so. All right, love you. Oh, a lot of stuff done. Jesus. Vast majority of the fucking stream so far just been talking about work, trying to play. Statistically, the damage trade-off there is negligible. And you would think that the PP919 would outshine the Baznev or the Minibach, but it's not. I'm trying to figure out how the fuck that's the case. I feel like there might be a damage modifier. Let's try running the KSV for a little bit. See how it plays. Wow.
Targets are up. Go take them down.
What the fuck is wrong with this thing?
Hostiles have established a SAM turret.
SAM turret ready for deployment.
Enemy SAM turret active. You've got a loadout drop inbound. headed your way. Enemy counter UAV inbound. Gas is moving in. New safe zone located. Enemy soldier incoming. Hostile UAV in the area.
Get effective fire. Safe zone relocated. Enemy UAV is online. UAV overhead. Gas is closing in.
Not dead yet.
Hostile UAV in the area.
Care package available for delivery.
Gas is closing in. Relocating safe zone. Got an extra valuable opportunity here. Don't miss your shot. You're losing ground. Move it. Enemy counter UAV inbound.
Take cover!
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Taking effective fire!
Okay.
standing by.
Requested airstrike at this location.
Enemies reporting airstrike. Find cover.
This is Longbow 3-1. Target acquired. Strike inbound.
Friendly loadout drops on the way.
No hit. Go again.
Care package on standby.
Gas is inbound.
Incoming! Taking fire!
UAV standing by.
Requested recon. Moving. Cancel one last.
Priority tasking requested.
Nine. Hit the pressure one. Closing in. Get to the new safe zone. Enemy UAV overhead.
UAV prep for launch.
Requesting counter UAV.
Bob. Music on.
Your counter UAV has been destroyed.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located. We've got gas moving in. Enemy buy station incoming.
Whoa, okay.
Only 10 were left. We lost that one.
Fuck you.
You've got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated. stations, we are green to go. Stand by for deployment. Battle Royale.
All right.
Enemy soldier incoming. Eliminate all targets in the AO.
Headshot. Clean as fuck, boy. Clean as fuck.
That hard drive has critical intel. Upload data at the location marked on your tag map. Gas is inbound.
What the fuck?
Too close.
They've got a SAM turret online. Hostiles have established a SAM turret.
Shock stick out.
Okay. Missed every single bullet.
Collect cash from the ground to spend if you win redeployment.
Taking effective fire. Throwing Molotov.
Oh my god.
Fight's over, soldier.
Got me in the foot for the.
Keep your head up and return to base for debrief.